How to be a people influencer, build your relationships, and grow your network. The art and science of influencing is the key to progress. You will agree. Influencing is not just motivating people to perform better, but also inspiring them to reach greater heights. When people are able to work to their fullest abilities, it in turn contributes to faster growth. All people, be it the members of your family, friends, relatives, colleagues, customers, counterparts, and all the other stakeholders together, are responsible for bringing about a change for the better. In this regard, a high degree of influence is absolutely necessary to get things done and move ahead in your path to progress. The importance of influencing, you will agree, each stakeholder has the ability to speed up, slow down, or completely obstruct your progress. They can be extremely useful advocates, sponsors, and agents of change. Therefore, influencing skills are extremely important in today's life. Positive influence leads to better performance, leading to greater happiness and satisfaction. There's a wonderful quote from Maya Angelou. She says, I have learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So, motivation is a key to influence. There's a whole range of motivational theories, but the secret to motivation is to understand your people. People are motivated by different things at different stages of their lives. You have a greater influence in motivating your people. Many times, the majority of the people quit because they felt unappreciated. That's why it is important for us to know whom do you influence. Right? You can serve as an influence to all those individuals with whom you interact, be it in a professional or personal space. At home, it could be a parent, siblings, spouse, children, friends, neighbors, and community. In a workplace setting, this can be your boss, your subordinates, colleagues, customers, vendors, or any other stakeholder. The why and how and what of influencing. Effective influencing basically starts with the clarity of why, the discipline of how, and consistency of what. It is essential to understand the why so that all the people you interact with are emotionally engaged and motivated. The why, the how, and the what. There are three basic and very key influencing tactics: the head, the heart, the hands, to influence people across levels. You can use influence to implement decisions and to gain support for their ideas and their vision. Three ways to influence. Number one, the head. It is a logical appeal. Be aware of your perceptions and tap into the people's rational and intellectual positions if you want to be a good influencer. While you take care of the head, it is also important to take care of the heart, the emotional appeals. Connect your message, connect your goal or project to individual goals and values. Now, the head and the heart is taken care. You take care of the hands, cooperative appeals, involve cooperation, consultation, and alliances in order to be a good influencer. Let's look at the head, the influence of self-talk. See, within our own mind, what we talk, the self-talk can be positive or negative, and that leads you to self-regard. Right? The self-regard can be positive or negative, and that leads to either an anticipation of the future in terms of optimistic terms or the pessimistic terms. And that further leads to your behavior. And that behavior again reconnects you back to the self-talk, which will continue either as positive mode or in the negative mode. That's why it is important to influence the self-talk first, right? You are influencing something that is happening within your own mind. To influence, you need to know their expectations. Every individual and group is different. They all have their set of expectations. The art of influencing requires you to be able to identify and be aware of their expectations. It is equally important to understand their work, their roles, and responsibilities. Linking their expectations with the work will help you come up with effective ways of motivating them. No one, believe me, no one is interested in what you want or what you like. They are interested in what is in it for me. short form WIIIFM. What's in it for me? Now let's look at the heart. It's an influencing communication. There is a nature, we are all conditioned, there is a genetic quality, there is a hereditary quality that we're talking about, and the way we are brought up, upbringing influences, nurture, right? This impacts your interpersonal communication. So there is a wonderful respect the differences with which we are all born, as well as nurture to communicate differently. So that means differently communicate, meaning what? One size fits all communication does not help in influencing people, because people are different and we need to recognize that. If you look at the FITS personality types as given by Carl Gustav Jung, there are the feeler personalities, intuitor people, thinker people, or the sensor people. Right? You need to understand, analyze what kind of a person you are and what kind of a person with whom you're talking to, but from a nature point of view. At the same time, there is the 4C's personality style. See, you've noticed the personality types of genetics, personality styles are coming from upbringing influences. The people can be controlling, convincing, conforming, and consistent. Extensive research done by Dr. William Marston, right? Yes, we need to analyze who we are and with whom we are communicating. We are all can be different, and that is why one size fits all approach doesn't work in interpersonal communication if you want to influence them the right way. Influencing communication helps gain trust because there is a perception gap. We must realize that we are all different in the way we perceive the world and use this understanding as a guide to our communication with others. Because in the end, we need to give people what they want, not what we think they want. Very important message. Now let's see, if you want to be influencing, you need to definitely know what and how to say things. Number one, ask. Why should you ask questions? Because to control the conversation and to get the information. Asking is very important. Second one is you need to acknowledge, to show you're listening. That's how you become an effective influencer. So you ask, you probe, and you acknowledge. And thirdly, you respond to help people listen and understand. Right? So the 3-step process of influencing what and how to say starts with probing, asking, acknowledging, and responding. And believe me, trust is a fundamental for influencing others. Trust is a result of past relations and provides the input for future relationships. Trust reflects reliance on mutual willingness and confidence. People who do not trust one another will need to spend more time watching their backs and collaboration suffers. Trust is the key to moving from a short-term transaction-based toward a long-term relationship-based interaction between you and your people. To be an influencer, you need to prioritize your people. People become your priority. You may now have a long list of people and organizations that are affected by your work. Some of these may have the power either to block or to advance. Some may be interested in what you're doing, others may not care. Select those people and classify them, their power over your work and by their interest in your work. So look at the power interest grid of influencing. So you have if you want to be the influencer, you look at the power from low to high, and of course interest from low to high. Manage closely those who have a high power and high interest. You must fully engage and make the greatest effort to motivate. At the same time, if you have people who have the power but they have less interest, keep them satisfied. Motivate them, but not so much that they become bored with your message. Then you have people who may have less power, but they have a high interest in what you do. Keep them adequately informed and talk to them so that no major issues arise. And then, of course, there are people with less power and less interest in what you do. Monitor them with minimum effort. Monitor these people, but do not bore them with excessive communication. So who is an effective influencer? Right? The one who has a mutual goal. When the final outcome is mutual and beneficial for everyone, people work together so as to achieve the goal. So to be an influencer, work towards a mutual goal. And to be an influencer, establish rapport. Only if you have a good relationship with others can you serve as an influence in their lives. And show empathy. looking at things from their perspective, understanding the need of others to be of positive influence, and finally, provide logic. Providing individuals with facts and evidences supporting your views will definitely help you become a better influencer. So, the key to influencing lies in the whole brain approach. Understand the differences in your right and left brain speed. This will be a significant key to influencing people successfully. It also helps you understand why certain people react the way they do. This will also help you adapt communication style and present your thoughts accordingly because people are different. And suggestions to kindle left and right brain people. See, look at this. You have well structured information, visual kinesthetic instruction, logical explanations, verbal instructions, demonstrative presentation, explorative approach, realistic stories, systematic, critical and analytical information, rewards and creative discoveries, open-ended discussions, intuitive problem-solving activities, step-by-step approach, creative stories, art, music, etc. If you look at this is the left brain on one side and you have the right brain on one side. I mean, these two people who are highly tilted towards left brain or the right brain have different ways that they prefer to be communicated. Only then, if you follow these, only then you will be in a position to influence those people. So you need to have a whole brain approach. You need to know whom to talk what. That is why you need to realize that people are different. We need to customize our communication to be a better influencer. And let's look at the process of influencing. 4 steps: identify, analyze, plan, and engage. Right? Identify those individuals who will be largely benefited, identify their needs, concerns, strengths, and weaknesses. At the same time, analyze their needs, influence, and importance against the work or the project. Analyze the correlation between them, prioritize and map out the key individuals, and develop appropriate strategies to effectively engage them. That's what planning comes. Plan engagement activities, add them to the project, and visualize the progress. And finally, is all about engaging them. Execute the engagement plan, monitor overall relationships among the members and the overall performance. Apply changes to the engagement to improve and adjust the related strategies and plan. Learn to be the influencer. To be an influencer, use your inner strengths and hidden powers. Assess, identify, use your strengths, grow, and be happy. Learning at oscarmurphy.com. Get help to assess your inner strengths and hidden powers to be the influencer. Subscribe to Oscar Murphy Life Strategist, the channel that will help you learn better, and better.